Hi, darlings. Thank you so much for joining me on the Creative Retreat channel. Today, I am journaling Rock of Ages, and I am focusing on the key verse, which is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 4. Here, I'm showing you the things that I have. I have this older stencil from Creative Retreat, some of the glossy stickers, the cardstock stickers that came with the kit, the washi as well, and I'm also pulling 3 Distress Oxide colors: Pine Needles, Wilted Violet, and Peacock Feathers. I'll be using this distress sprayer and some packaging. So I am going to get into what I'm going to use. I have this beautiful hymn, Rock of Ages, and I am first going to prep my page with spritzing it with water. So what I do is the smooshing technique, and you'll see me do that a couple of times. I take the packaging, I smoosh the Distress Oxide onto the packaging, I spray it with water, and then I smush that onto my page. There's no rhyme or reason or perfect way to do this. I just do that a couple of times and I add that paper. I pick up some of the pulling or the color that has been pulling with my paper towel, and I do different layers. I dry some off. So you'll see me grab my heat gun, and I'll grab that heat tool and I'll go ahead and dry just a little bit in between the colors that I'm going to mix, because I want some of that to dry down before I add the other colors. Now, this is a water reactive ink, which means that every time that you wet it or it gets wet or makes contact with water, it is going to move that color. And I love the mixing of the green, of the pine needles, and then the bluish colors that are in the peacock feathers. And then eventually you'll see me add that wilted violet. And you guys, this combination of color is absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to use this again. So you see me dry off the peacock feathers. I did that as the middle layer, but I bring that to the bottom as well. So pine needles, or that started towards the top and I brought it to the middle. Then I did peacock feathers from the middle all the way down to the bottom. And then lastly, I'm adding wilted violet. The beautiful colors that Danielle put together for this month's kit really inspired the background of this page. And although I've done a similar page like this before, I think that these colors really popped behind my hymnal. I am part of those people that think that if it isn't broke, don't fix it. So this page, I've actually done this idea quite a few times, maybe 4 or 5 times in my Bible. I use a beautiful hymn, but I use Distress Oxides for a pop of color in the background. And then I add layers of beautiful titles or stickers, and every time it comes out great. So here you see me grab that hymn, and I love this song and the lyrics. This hymn really speaks about who God is, and that's what it's all about. So I go ahead and tear out the corners, and then I'm going to grab the stencil from Creative Retreat. I love pulling these out and just using collections together, and I am using the same 3 colors that I use for my background with a round contour makeup brush, and I'm just giving it some tone on tone layers. And I love adding layers like this because tone on tone just gives it that soft mixed media look that is not too in your face, but definitely brings a beautiful touch to your page. So if you have not tried tone on tone in the future or in the past, I encourage you to do that in the future. The verse in chapter 26 of Isaiah, it speaks about trusting in the Lord. It says, "Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord is an everlasting rock." And it is talking about an everlasting rock that has been, will be forever. And I love this portion of speaking of God's character in the sense of eternalness, because we can trust that who God was is who he is and who he will forever be. It brings such encouragement to the soul to know that our God never changes. And so I wanted to make this page with this beautiful hymn, just kind of emphasizing that he is the Rock of Ages. So you'll see me pull out some of the Faithful Digitals, and I'm going to grab this journaling card, and I'm going to cut out this middle portion. I have kind of encourage you guys before to cut up your journaling cards, to add more elements or use more elements. If you're not using them as journaling cards, really make the kit your own. So I'm going to use this glossy sticker up at the top, and then I'm going to use the portion that I cut out of the journaling card towards the bottom. And this is where I'm going to layer some of the words from the glossy stickers to continue my title. So up at the top, it's going to say eternal. And I'm going to add a little wonky heart as well. And then at the bottom, it says, Jesus, the Rock of Ages. So I love how this comes together for like a cascading title. And I'm going to add that towards the bottom as well. So after I add that down, I'm going to grab a purple label from the... Now, after I glue that down, I'm going to grab a purple label, and that is where I'm going to stamp my date stamp off camera. And then I'm also going to use the last of my little wonky heart circles. And I'm also going to use the extra sticker from the glossy stickers over on the left-hand side. This is going to draw the eye over to where my verse is, and I'll underline that. And the last thing I'm going to do is add some splatters. I love that you can add some splatters on a mixed media page, and that's going to bring some of the black out from the hymnal. And so I'll do that off camera as well. I also contemplated on possibly adding this trust tab, but I think the page was perfect as is after I added the splatters off camera. And now I'm going to give you a last look at what the page turned out to look like. If you are new here, I hope you consider subscribing. Hit the like button and notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos here on the Creative Retreat channel. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless. Bye.